bruh. Look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
Welcome to the first episode of SSF Journal. Hello everyone, it's Surasi here. Welcome to another video. I know it's been some time since I posted a new video. It's been about 2 months. But I played through the Trade League and I got bored of it. So I thought maybe I should give SSF a chance and also wanted to make this series. Now the goal of these videos ultimately will be to see whether I can take down overbosses in an SSF environment without any trade by crafting all of my items. And I will also show you the highlights of what I've done and try to insert some information here and there. Maybe that will be helpful to you about crafting, about different mechanics in the game. Hopefully you will enjoy it. So before any further ado, let's get to the video. As you can see, I started with Marauder and I will be playing Righteous Fire for the first time, if you don't count the Gauntlet, where I played it for a brief amount of time. The Affliction Gauntlet. I will be playing it with the Chieftain Ascendancy, and obviously I will be following the guide of the Righteous Fire himself, Pox. And I know that it will be quite hard to tackle Ubers with RF, with Righteous Fire, so I will most likely switch to another build as I play. The campaign was quite uneventful, if you don't count that I died 8 times. And I still don't know why that Arakali was possessed, as you might have seen. Maybe there was something in the patch notes, I don't remember at this point. I switched to Righteous Fire as soon as I got my Fire Mastery, with enough fire resistance, of course, to offset the fire damage that we're taking from Righteous Fire. The damage itself felt a bit off at first, but after making it to the library and getting the gems that I needed, it surely started feeling better. After clearing the first labyrinth and getting your ascendancy, the Chieftain feels easy to gear because you only need to stack fire resistance in order to both increase your life regeneration and your other resists as well. Because your fire resistance modifiers apply to your other resistances at 50% of their value. So this makes capping your resists much easier. After the campaign, I started my progression in the Atlas. On my first Atlas tree, I decided to go with Expedition and Betrayal. And during the Trade League, I also go with Betrayal, but this will be the first time that I will be speccing into Expedition, other than doing challenges. You know, last league, I guess there were Expedition challenges, as far as I remember. And in the Trade League, I usually try to buy cheap uniques first for whatever build that I'm playing. But in this case, in an SSF environment, I didn't really know how to farm them. And I need 3 specific uniques for this build, at least in the early game. And those are Immortal Flesh for life regen, Rise of the Phoenix for taking the build to 90% maximum resists, and this shield makes it really easy to do so, and a Cloak of Flame to convert some of that physical damage that we take into fire. And I have a pretty good idea about how I can farm the shield. I could either run Temple or Cold River maps and farm the Sun card, but the rest of the uniques I really have no idea, so that's why I decided to try my luck in Heist for the first time again. And you might ask, what do you do in the Trade League to earn currency? And for the last 2 leagues I've been doing Harvest, and this league it wasn't that good without a certain amount of investment, you know, without the imbued scarabs. But I enjoy it, and there's no gambling involved. You just go in, kill the monsters, pick up the juice, and leave the map. It's usually the same, pretty much the same amount that you get every map, so it's quite stable. But in this instance, I will have to interact with other mechanics as well. And before dropping my uniques or crafting a decent scepter, or gear for that matter, I took on the Black Star, and as you can see I died a few times. And in this fight, when Black Star uses her cold abilities, you're supposed to stand on the blue side of the arena, and vice versa when she uses her fire skills, but I couldn't do it really that good because her clones were doing a lot of physical damage, and I expected this build to, you know, have a good defense against physical damage, but I guess that is not the case until you get a Cloak of Flame. But nonetheless, I took down Black Star after dying a few times, but it worked out in the end. Then I got my first cluster jewel, although it was 9 passive skills, it's not that bad. Then I got my first sun card and dropped an Immortal Flesh from Expedition, and please don't mind my filter, I will fix it soon, and got a slightly better scepter. Then I thought I was ready for the mini-boss of Eater of Worlds, Infinite Hunger, but boy was I bad at math. Now don't get me wrong, I generally enjoy boss designs in Path of Exile, but this boss just drives me crazy along with the ball phase of Exarch. And the Exarch's ball phase is just a skill issue. You know, I get that, I accept that. But this one feels like a pure DPS check, because if you can't burst him down before he teleports you to another area, which is a huge swamp, you start getting stacks of a debuff that deals heavy physical damage, and if you don't have any regen, then good luck with that. But since I was playing RF, I managed it somehow, but still it's not a good design. I don't like it, and it says on the wiki that you can follow the direction of the goo to find your way back to the boss, but I can't do it. And since I do this boss every single league just once, I don't farm him, I don't like him, I can't do it. But hopefully I will learn it somehow, somewhere in the future. But it took me about 10 minutes to kill the boss. After that debacle, I dropped a Cloak of Flame from a random heist chest, and this made me really feel good because as I said, I had no idea how to farm it. And finally I got the Rise of the Phoenix from a trapped stash in Betrayal, and these dropped almost back to back, so it was a good time. Then with my newfound items I kept progressing in the Atlas and finished all the maps, excluding the unique ones, and got 3 divines from a heist blueprint. I know this is SSF and all, but I will still need those while crafting items. And dropping a divine always feels good. Let's not lie to each other. By this time I was happy with RF, but I still didn't progress towards my void stones, and I didn't want to do it with RF. Is it doable? Yes, if I craft a better scepter and get my cluster jewels and level up a bit more, I can do it. But I also never played Hexblast Mines, so I wanted to try that. But for that I needed a Dreadarc, and I kept farming maps, heist and betrayal, but I couldn't drop it. And then I did this and hit Dreadarc in one try. Oh, and also this happened. This isn't really important, but I corrupted about 25 of these during the trade league, and I couldn't hit this implicit. I needed it for my Ice Nova bit. It is what it is, I guess. Now that I have a Dreadarc, I've started leveling a Shadow, which will later ascend into a Trickster. I will be following Ventura's Hexblast Mines guide. And probably in the next videos you will be seeing clips from this character. And that's it from this video. Thank you for watching it. I'd appreciate it if you liked it, subscribed, or commented on the video. And I will see you on the next one. And as always, have a good one.